Hello, my name is Kevin Paprick, and I want to go through how you can use Postman in API development platform to simplify automation with a NetApp SolidFire or HCI environment. To get started, you would first have to import the packages, which we have available on GitHub. So you would go and pick the collection for the version of code that you're running and paste the link here, which would then bring in the collection with all of these requests that are already loaded. I have not created any of them, so we have over 300 requests for the ElementOS 12 release. Now, the great thing with ElementOS is if you develop your complex automation tasks with an older version of code, you can still call against that version of code as you update the cluster, so you're not going to break your scripts. Within this, now that we've collected it, the other thing you want to do is add your environment. So under Manage Environments, I'll just go through this Lab on Demand one here. I have my MVIP, so what is the cluster that I want to connect to, as well as a username and password. Next, if you're only connecting to a single cluster, you can also change your credentials from within this piece here. So I'm editing that collection, going to authorization, which I have basic authorization and a username and password set up. So now, opening this up, we have a number of different tasks we can run. Looking at reporting, I will go and look at the cluster capacity. And this has now run that command. Now, as this one has no inputs, we can see it here. Now, I typically do not look at our API user guide, and instead I use Postman for figuring out what I need to do to run a command. So for example, if I wanted to create a volume, I would go into create volume here. I could also do a simple filter at the top, and we can look at this. So I need to go under body to understand what is required. So the first requirement is what is the volume name we want to use? So we'll name this Postman1. I need an account ID. So what account ID? We'll use 1. I need bytes, so we'll just put a bunch of numbers in there. Do I need enable this? So we'll do true. I like to use quality of service policies, so I'll just erase all of this, and we'll give it a QoS policy ID. Running this, we can see that that created the volume on the cluster. So just like we did this with create volume, there are also a number of other stats that you can look at. We can look at the volume efficiency on a volume level. Of course, this won't give the whole cluster, but we can look at it here. So I'll just pick volume ID 1, and we can see that compression and deduplication ratio that we have on that volume. If you didn't know that quality of service policy that we used in the create volume command, I could go here and just do this list. And we can see them here. So the first one, which we assigned to that volume, was ID1, which is named SQL and has a burst IOP of 200,000, max of 200,000, and a min of 50. So it's just one way that you can use Postman for automating API development with ElementOS, making it very easy as you're looking to automate different tasks, whether you want to use Postman for just straight APIs or you want to use a different platform such as Ansible, PowerShell, or vRealize Orchestrator. This gives you that viewpoint of some of the tasks that you can use and automate within our platform.